Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Dylan J, aka the Humid Hiker, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope you prayed. Today's video is about anxiety and overthinking, depression, suicidal thoughts, battling your own mind. It's the foundation of this video. I have to, just letting you in a little bit, I have to write things down at work to get them out of my head. If I don't, the process just repeats itself and repeats itself and repeats itself and repeats itself. And what it does is that I get into these moments where my confidence is through the roof. Like, I can take on the world. I can master anything. There's no fatigue. There's no soreness. That's the true me. The Goggins version of me is what I like to call it. Or I don't fear any man, nor am I trying to one-up one. I'm not kissing any ass or being a gopher. I'm just being me. But there's problems with that, because with this absolutely debilitating form of anxiety that I have, it hinders me from being at my full potential. And it's something that can't be helped, but it will be mastered. The things I write down to myself are like weekly goals. Oversharing. Did you overshare today? No, that's a point. Did you overthink today? Yeah, kind of. It's half a point. And it's not like kind of like, oh no, you can't give yourself a half a point. No, this is what I mean. When you're overthinking and you're spiraling, and the anxiety and the depression and the trauma and the fear of abandonment and all of these things just start hamster wheeling in your head. And you catch it like a fastball. Pow! Just catch it. Strike three. Those moments are half points. Because I am overthinking, yeah, I am spiraling. But if I can go on all day and I can go home and decompress and go, damn, I didn't overthink anything today. Well, guess what? That means you got a point, a full one, Dylan. And what I do with these points is that each point for each day of the week counts as 5, and I count it as $1. If I can make 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 points, that's $25. It only goes up that high. Keep myself on a routine, a structure, organized. I'm just now getting to the point where I can, and I know you're watching, so don't think I've forgotten. I just got this job a month ago. I have been clean and sober for almost 5 months now. I've been getting things taken care of. I've been saving up my money so I may pay obligations and responsibilities accordingly. And if the system is in place correctly, and the money goes where it's supposed to go, and the paper trail is kept up with, and filed, and organized, and structured, then not my monkey, not my circus at that point. Like, if you do not receive it in transit from where I send it, which is the official place to send it, and you know what I'm talking about, places where people go to discuss things in higher tier clothing, where they usually pay somebody to come and help talk on their behalf because they legally can't on their own without being in contempt or spilling out the wrong stuff or it just being hearsay. Trust me, I've won and lost a lot. Mostly lost. I get it. I got it. The lessons are being learned. And this isn't an apology video. This is an awareness video. Speaking of awareness, suicide prevention awareness tank top came in with my new steel toe shoes. Had to get those. The boots I was wearing were just not cutting it. I ended up getting bad athlete's foot for the first time in my life, to the point where I couldn't even walk on that foot. So I learned another lesson. So when it comes to the overthinking thing, guys, that stems from anxiety. That also stems from lack of trust. It stems from not fully understanding yourself and being confident in understanding yourself. And I'm allowed to say these things. I dare anybody to go into the comments section and be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Trust me, I do. Because when all my stuff's taken care of, when everything else is evened out and I'm back in the green, and I'm a provider, and I'm responsible, which I am responsible now, used to not be. Could probably still work on it a little bit. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I feel like a lot of this anxiety and overthinking and dread will end once this cycle starts, this new cycle. And there's parts of me that like try to broaden the relief. It's one of those like, I believe in the philosophy of Stoicism, and I live by that lifestyle now, and amor fati and memento mori. You're gonna die. Love your fate. Accept it, which I do. 9 times out of 10, when I wake up in the morning now and I catch those voices, and no, not schizophrenic. Don't even try me. Try to have that label. Try to deal with it. It ain't happening. Look, we all have problems, okay? Just learn how to reprogram your brain. If you can't do that, then try to find a good non-narcotic medication that is going to help you, that will not put you into another cycle of addiction. Take yourself out of the equation of addiction. Take yourself out of the equation of anxiety, because there is a part of you that holds on to that. There's a part of you that, even though it hates, and I heard this on YouTube as well. I'm going to regurgitate this, and I love this saying because it makes so much sense. A part of you hates that part of you, but there's also another part of you that loves that part of you. Does that make sense? So you might hate that you're depressed. You might hate it when you're depressed. You might hate it when you have anxiety. You might hate it when you overthink. You might hate it when people aren't showing you the amount of affection that you think you deserve, when you're not even considering or thinking about their emotions whatsoever. That's selfishness. You see, all of these mental problems you think you have, all of these mental hindrances that you have, all of it stems from, and this is from my standpoint. This is my opinion. Overthinking, thinking for people, not considering their emotions or their situation on what it doesn't matter. You can be living with them. You can be living with them. You got, like, this is the process that I'm working with. I gotta understand quickly as well. Not everybody has to tell you they love you every day. Not everybody has to give you a hug or a kiss on the cheek every day. Not everybody has to text you. Not everybody has to call you. Not everybody wants to be your friend. And not everybody is gonna sit here and stop what they're doing to pertain to you, a grown-ass man who has responsibilities and obligations just like everybody else, but you're going to sit here and let your anxiety take over. And then it's going to stem from anxiety to overthinking. Then overthinking turns into anger. Anger turns into problems, turns into suffering. We've all heard the fucking, excuse my mouth, we've all heard the Star Wars thing. And I get chills when I think about it, because I know the solution to the problem, and it's me. And it's not about, and listen, this is another thing for you guys, for everybody listening. When things get hard, when things get frustrating or piss you off to the point, like, and it has nothing to do with you. It just, you have that childish, and this goes for men, childish FOMO. Okay? There's a lot of men out there that are my age, a little bit younger, a little bit older. They got their head on straight. Like, I ask and I rack their brains because they're in I'm a millennial. Other people that I'm very fond of are Gen X and later. And the other ones that I'm very fond on are later generations than me. Okay? So I'm in this very weird spot where we grew up with the fundamentals or the attitude, I would say. We have the attitude of Gen Xers. And our grandparents were baby boomers, so we have that traditional aspect of us. If you really, really let it influence you. Then we have the 90s. That's where the expression comes out. Now we're starting to come into ourselves. Early 2000s, things are really awkward. Technology is going haywire. Now everybody is more interconnected. Now no one has a face. There are so many faces, and there are so many people out there that no one can keep track anymore. That's why I make these videos, because if I can't individually talk to you one-on-one in your present, then at least I can talk to you in my present, which is now my past, which is your future, which is now your present, as I look through you, through this camera lens, on your screen, into your eyes. And that's talking about my enemies too. I don't have enemies, but the ones who think that we're enemies. And the broad statement that I'm saying is that, like, oh yeah, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die one day. We're all gonna die one day. But I don't wanna have that attitude. I know we're gonna die. I know we're gonna die one day. I know we are. So why make any moment bad? Why make any experience... Like, I understand that there are moments where you're not going to be able to help it. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to help it. There are going to be situations that, like, you just don't have power over, and that's okay. When you don't have power over a situation, when you don't have the power to fix it, or to transmute it, or to augment it, or bolster it, but all you can do is hinder it. If you can look at a situation, and this is for me as well. I want to look back on this video. This is a good one. From now on, before anything, like before work, and then while I'm at work, going back home after the day's over, coming home, or going to bed, and starting the next day. If there is a situation that I am in from now on at home with relationships, this goes for you guys as well, and at work. If there is a situation that you know for without a shadow of a doubt that you are going to cause some kind of inconvenience, hindrance, and or problem, do not vocalize it. Don't let it be known. Just be like, I don't have enough confidence for this situation right now. If you're willing to teach me or communicate with me on the fact, and not a lot of people are going to have the patience for that, which is fine. No one has patience anymore. But I do. Even though I'm completely fucking losing my head right now. Mentally. And it's me. It's you. It's us. Everybody has their own process. And that's something that is very hard for me to accept. But I have to. I need to accept the fact that other people go through life and go through situations differently than me. I'm a very expressive, very emotional, very high-strung, very passionate person. Always have been, always will be. And sometimes that's just too much for people. And they can love you. And this goes for friends too. This goes for friends, workspace, home relationships, siblings, your own kids, like family members. It doesn't matter who it is. There is always that one person, ergo me, that is inside of a group that is the loudest. That is the most profound. That you, like when you see them, you see them. That's not a good thing sometimes. And I had that epiphany today where this is another reference to a video on YouTube. I really got to start taking these references down and writing them down and actually giving them credit where they're due, because this is not my knowledge. I'm glad I'm passing it on, but I'm just the middleman. So if you ever come across it, when I say these phrases and you find them, give that person the credit. Don't give me the credit. Just say, hey, I heard this in a guy's video. He was trying to give you credit. Whatever. You don't even got to mention me. I don't want no accolades, okay? I want to give respect where it's deserved, okay? But anyway, what I was trying to say was that some people suffer in silence. And some people suffer in silence not because they aren't confident enough to express themselves or communicate about it. That's just how they are. That's just how they are as people. And sometimes when you have a person like me, like you, who is just riddled with anxiety and overthinking and depression and all this other shit, your impulses, your mania, that manic state of you, that is the enemy. That is your bully. Because I know you. I know you're listening to this. This is you sometimes, right? You're sitting in your head, pretending this voice now is the voice inside your head, your inner monologue, if you have one, because I know some of you don't. You'll be sitting there and you're at work and you're just like, yeah, you know what? Everything is okay. Everything's good. Everything's fine. We can get through today. Time is nothing like the present. You're sitting there and you're pep talking yourself all day. Patting yourself on the back. Hey man, come on. We got this shit. We can do this. And then like, where does that cheerleader go? Like that's the moment in time while I'm at work, when I'm sitting alone with my thoughts, because we can't listen to music. It's too loud. It's too distracting. So we have earplugs in all day. And for a person that is like me and has these loud ass overthinking voices in my head, just repeating over and over, like it gets to a point to where it's so frustrating. It gets to a point to where it's so loud that I physically have to tell myself to shut up. Physically. I have to distance myself. And it also comes with the fact that the amount of bad decisions and choices I've made, and good ones too, doesn't matter, it all has led me to here. I learned the lessons that I did when I was supposed to. I changed my personality when it was meant to happen, when it was time for it. I know that I'm getting more mentally mature and emotionally and physically mature. And I know that comes with processes. I know that comes with like testing the waters, and you're gonna fail and you're gonna make people upset. You're gonna drive people away. You're gonna make them like not want to talk to you, because you got to get out of the Sonder mindset that you're the main character. Because you're not. They're the main character of their story, okay? While you're off, bye, love you, kiss yous, whatever, and you go off and you go into, once you pass that door, men, women, everybody, if you are going your separate ways in the day, you're an adult. This isn't fucking babysitter hour. This isn't daycare. I mean, even when we were in daycare, your parents drop you off. They don't fucking talk to you all goddamn day. They don't talk, excuse my mouth. They don't talk to you all day. They don't call you, like they're not at work and going, hey little buddy, how's daycare? How's snack? How was nap? That's what I sound like. I don't need to call my girlfriend every fucking day. And I just started realizing this like today. Okay? Leave a cute little note, give a kiss while she's asleep, walk the fuck out. Leave. Go to work, 9 hours pass. You can deal without your special somebody for 9 fucking hours, bruh. So can you, bro. So can you, sis. All of you. We can. Because the trauma that I'm talking about, that fear of abandonment, that constant reassurance of needing affection, needing love, the world is fucking ending, bruh. We can't be soft no more. And it takes me a minute, because I talk to people all the time. Like, I talk to my girl all the time. Hey, this is it. This is the last time. It's never the last time, so shut the fuck up. Stop saying it. It ain't the last time that you're going to feel like this. It ain't the last time that you're going to ask these questions. It should be. You need to stop asking the insecurity questions, guys. What are we? Are we okay? Am I good? Do you still love me? Are we breaking up? Do I need to find a new place to live? Like, I did all of those, and I'm embarrassed. I'm a fool for it, and it's because of the trauma that I have. And I'm not blaming anybody for it. I'm blaming no one. Not even myself. It's the synapses in my brain that fires off. The program that I have made inside my own head, that when I don't get an initial reaction from a singular person that I care about, and or in general, if you have to constantly get a reaction out of somebody, that's not a relationship. If you have to constantly get feedback, that's not a relationship. If you don't need a fucking pat on the back for taking a dog out. You don't need a pat on the back for dishes. Like, everyday shit. You are not a fucking kid anymore. There is not stickers on a board that every time you do a chore, you put a sticker on there. And if you get the whole line in the week, you get a toy from Walmart. Fuck off, bro. Get paid. Pay your bills. Get some food and some gas money. And whatever that last little tiny bit of money is, take half of that shit, put it in savings for yourself later on, when you want that reassurance. And don't do it with drugs, don't do it with alcohol, don't do it with none of that dumb shit. Like a hobby or something, man. I've been talking to people at work about compound bows, wanting to get into that kind of thing. Learning how to hunt quietly, learning how to hunt in general, survival tactics, like micro prepping. Like, all of these things might sound stupid to most people, which is fine. But you got to do it, because you never know what you're going to expect in life, and you never know, especially with everything going on right now, what's going to happen tomorrow. So why am I sitting here worried about what my family thinks 24/7? Why am I sitting here freaking out when I go, hey babe, love you, miss you? Bro, you were just in bed with me like for 8 hours. You were literally at home with me, awake, in the house, for another 8 hours. That's 16 hours you got me. And then us men, when these women walk out or they get tired of the shit, what did we do? What did I do? All I did was try to love on her. All I did was try to help. I cleaned around. It doesn't matter what the fuck you did, bro. It all matters about what you say and what you give off. You understand? I'm just now getting this now. That's why I'm documenting it, and I'm putting this shit out there, because it is true. Men and women alike, if you are the one in the relationship that is constantly at fear that you are going to lose this person, it's either one, you're cheating, or two, you need to get a wrap up, bro. Seriously. If they are not bickering at you or bitching at you, if they are not aggravated with you every time you walk through that door, besides your own discrepancies. If you can walk in, hey babe, how was your day? Pretty good. All right, I'm gonna take a shower and chill. Walk the fuck out. Period. You're in the same fucking house. You're in the same house. You don't have to be in the same room. You're gonna, look, listen. If you're a person like me that can sit in a room by yourself when everyone is gone and be okay, but when people are home and they're in a different room and they're not sitting next to you talking to you, and that's not okay, you need to fix something about yourself. Because I got told that. Something's got to give. The FOMO's got to give. the envy and the jealousy and the passive aggressive, like vindictive jabs gotta give. Because bro, people are going to do shit without you. You are going to be left out. You have to go to work. You have another life to live. You need to stop being selfish. This is what it all comes down to. Even if you might have trauma, even though you might be in the processes of reprogramming your brain, because I'm doing the same thing right now. None of us are perfect. None of us. So why am I going to sit here and expect a perfect day with an imperfect person when I'm also imperfect? And it's not, oh, two people make each other perfect. No. Everybody's fucked up, bro. Everyone's fucked up. Everybody's got shit going on. The person that you're thinking about right now, overthinking about right now, like, why don't they like me? Why don't they love me? Why don't they want to be around me? Why don't they want this? Why don't they want that? Well, guess what? They haven't thought a single thought about you. While you're sitting here wasting 9-10 hours a day focused on that person and focused on the shit that isn't happening, you're going to attract it. So I'm done. I'm drawing a line in the sand with myself. I am no longer going to be this way. I'm going to have to work on it. It is going to be a process. There will be hiccups. It is not perfect, people. You can't just go to sleep, take some GABA from the health department in Walmart and expect just to wake up and everything be perfect. Bullshit. It is not going to happen. This is your computer. All that junk mail and all those stupid useless files, all those malware and viruses that you got going on up here, that is keeping you from computing at maximum capacity as a human being mentally. It's either time to get a new computer or reprogram and fix the one you got. Because unlike technology and stuff that we create, we have to get it updated all the time. So do we. We might not have to replace it, but it's just like the saying, though. If you take a piece of a boat off of a boat and you put another piece and replace that piece, and you keep doing that with each piece, do you have two of the same boat, or are they two different boats? One's definitely the old boat. One's the new boat. But the old boat was slowly replaced over time, piece by piece, to get rid of leaks, cracks, rust, weathering, age. Think of yourself as a boat. Sounds stupid. Come up with your own references. It's the same thing with a puzzle. If a puzzle has the same print, but the pieces of each one match, but they're from two different images, you ain't gonna see the full picture. But if you slowly take one out, set it to the side, find that other one, and set that one there. And even though it is a meticulous and grueling process, and even though it might seem tedious and mundane and slow, in order for you to create that without any creases, breaking any of the puzzle pieces, without messing up anything, slowly but surely over time, you'll start to see an image. And when you have those two pictures, and even though those two pictures, that the two puzzles now complete, were separated and jumbled and taken apart and rearranged to a point where you couldn't, just because you can't see the image and you can't see the end result and you can't see the light at the tunnel does not mean it's not there. The process of life is walking until you reach it. Walking far enough back from the pixels to see the picture, to sit there and have enough patience to move piece by piece to create something that's easier to see and to compute in your brain. taking those thoughts of overthinking, anxiety, depression, paranoia, like no trust for people and yourself, all of these stem from you. And if you as a mental computer, a biological computer, if that is the only email that you're sending out to people, that, hey, I have anxiety, I have depression, I think that you're going to leave me, I think this, I think that, I think, that's you. If you're sending that junk mail, that spam email, if you're just spamming people with your negativity, what makes you think they're going to subscribe to your channel? What makes you think that they're going to even follow you or even consider reading the email or replying? I just learned that lesson. Like, for example, this is what I do. When I have a thought in my head, and not every thought needs to be expressed, I'll sit here and I'll have something in my head. Hey, babe, I just wanted to let you know that I've been thinking about something today, and this is what I think. I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to give you your space, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who cares? Do you really think that's the first thing that somebody wants to see when they wake up in the morning? Hey, babe, love you, hope you have a good day. Just want to let you know that I think you're going to leave me, and I think that this isn't happening, and I'm not going to give up on you because you're being distant. Well, maybe if you stop acting like a little bitch when you're 28 years old, or you, grown-ass person too, watching this. Dude, bro, you're going to be 10,000 times more attractive. They're going to want to be around you if you just stop. But we can't just stop, can we? So how about we work on it together as a team? Because apparently going solo only gets you so far, okay? Being solo up here only gets you so far. Anybody, if you're an anime buff and you watch Sword Art Online, being a solo player only gets you so far. Until you need a team. You need friends. You need family. You need God. Whatever your faith is. I honestly don't care. I believe in what I believe in. You believe in what you want to believe in, but also believe that there is an end to this. And it ends with you dying. It's up to you in between that time, whether you're going to start now and reprogram your brain to where you can start living a better life and actually enjoy the moments with the people you care about instead of just dragging them down with you. Don't be that guy. Don't be the one where you trip in the movie and you're the first one to go out. Save yourself! And then they still try to save you and then they end up dying. Or you both do. Just stop. Really process it. Sit down, make a list of all your insecurities, all your fears. And when you start writing these things down over and over and over again, you're going to start to realize the more and more you write these pieces of your brain down, the image that you see is you. It's not them. It's not your family or your friends. Your brain is your brain. If you are too weak to help yourself reprogram, what makes you think that anybody else is going to be able to help you? In those moments, you need to listen. Breathe, take it in. I had to do that with my supervisor today. We had to go in the office and have a talk. It wasn't a bad talk, it was about the audit that we were having. And I have this problem where I speak when other people are speaking. I interrupt them. Because when I have an idea, I just have to say it out loud. Just gotta get it out. So I look like an arrogant idiot. I look like I'm not listening because I'm trying to answer it for you. I hate doing that. So that's something I'm going to work on. That's something I don't like about myself. I do it with my girlfriend. I do it with the kids. I do it at work. I do it with myself, and I don't even know how that works. Making these vlogs helps me. And it should help you too. Because, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? The world's going to shit. You're holding on to the job that you have with the skin of your teeth by the tip of your pinky. You're holding on. Same thing with your mental. We're unhealthy, we're unwise, we're irresponsible. And it all could just end tomorrow. So why am I going to sit here every time I come home? Or why are you going to sit here every time that you come home and disrupt the peace that has already been created by the time these people that you love and care about so much? Do you really love and care about them that much that you're going to sit here and ruin their day that quick? And they can tell you, oh, you haven't ruined my day. But you have, in a way. They can have their frustrations and their anger and their bouts of anger when they're doing their own thing. But don't come to the house. Don't go to your job. Don't go over to your friend's house or anything and just disrupting that shit. Like, hey guys, how you doing? Oh, we're doing good, Dylan. How are you? I feel like bitching. Because that's all I do. That's all I used to do. That's all I still do, is complain or talk or reference something, because that's all I do. Because up here, sensitive me, the mentally unfortified me, doesn't want to hear it. That weak part of you just wants everything to be your fault. It's easier to self-sabotage and destroy situations and relationships and work rapport when you do it to yourself. Get up, lace your boots, grab your cross, walk up that hill, and it doesn't matter if anybody's watching or if anybody cares, because in hindsight, the only person that should care about whether they did a good job or not is you. If you can't wake up or go to sleep every day being proud and grateful and happy for what you have, instead of overthinking over and over again, having that fear over and over again. You do know if you fake bravery long enough, it turns into bravery, right? It is bravery. If you just, and I have to take my own words too. I really got to start taking my own advice. I do listen and I do learn. I do retain, but it takes me a minute. Okay? Sorry. I really hope this video reaches the right people. I hope this one does. Because I believe today is the first day of my new cycle. Just like how I gave up alcohol, I gotta give up anxiety. I gotta give up depression. I gotta give up overthinking. And I got to stop. You know why? Because even though they might be emotions, you have been dealing with them and you have been using them in the wrong way for so long that they have become an emotional addiction. You're emotionally addicted to overthinking because it fuels you. You have to justify every situation, don't you? Oh, well, if they feel this way, then I can say this. You're constantly coming up with a defense for yourself. You don't have to live defensive anymore. It's time to live on the offensive. It's time to live on the offensive. No more sitting in a corner and clawing at people when they come to you. Same thing with yourself. When yourself tries to come to yourself and you call them away, when you do it to yourself too, you scare yourself off. What makes you think that your mental and your emotional and your spiritual and physical bodies want to be anywhere near each other if they're doing the same exact thing that they're doing to real life people? If you see a pattern within yourself and you see it in your everyday life that people walk away from you, people don't want to be around you, people don't want to spend time with you, they still love you, they still care about you, but until you get this shit figured out, they want nothing to do with that. It's that easy. And I smile now and I laugh because when I do, in my family, it means we get it. When we laugh at something that finally clicks, it's not disrespectful. It might seem a little bit obnoxious. But I get it now. I understand that it's not about the world revolving around you or the universe revolving around you or other people. It's just, dude, get it done. Everybody, there are 9 billion people on this planet. And that's just the ones that we account for, I think. Almost 9 billion. It's got to be 9 billion. I have no idea. Like 8.5 billion, something like that. There is 8.5 billion people on this planet, give or take, who's born or dead. And you're sitting here worried about and overthinking about small, mundane things that happen in the span of 24 hours. A full rotation of the Earth. A little bit of distance from where it was when it rotates around the sun. Another day passed. New air. New songs from birds. New wind. New rain. Everything is new every single day. And even though it might not cut off and roll credits and go on to the next episode, I think the most binge-worthy show in existence is your own life. Because you do go through that in seasons that you love so much about your shows. Oh my God, they just won't stop. If they would just, like, it's literally like my mental is like this, okay? It's like I'm watching the TV show of Dylan J. Allen. And I'm like, dude, just stop. You're going to lose her, bro. You're going to lose her, bro. You're going to lose him. Like, you're going to lose your job. Like, anything like that, it's like, bro, you are doing this. Like, just stop doing that. And you can hear that in the back of your head. It's your conscience. That's your gut. That's your intuition. Hey, I'm here. There's no need to fear. There's no need to overthink, because you know why? The sun's still gonna go down. The flowers are still gonna die. Dogs are still gonna get hit by cars. People are still gonna get shot. The world is still gonna revolve. And people are gonna either love you, hate you, want you around, or not. It is up to you to accept your own company and become friends with you again. You cannot have a relationship or a friendship, and I said this to my friend today as well, and this is something that I just, like, it's not something that I just learned, it's just something that finally clicked. You cannot have a relationship with somebody, or a good work rapport, or a good friendship, or a good outstanding reputation with your family, if you cannot get your mind, body, and soul and emotions to become friends. You have to be best friends with yourself first. And we've all heard that fortune cookie crack. What's your lucky numbers? It's just something to think about. Because I'm just a regular guy. I'm not an influencer. I'm not a YouTuber. I post videos where they're able to be posted to spread awareness for them. Because that bad guy in my head, that one's hard to beat. That one's bad and mean. But I have gone through every single trial and tribulation in my life, and I am here right now. And I'm doing good. So stop thinking that you're not. Love you guys. God bless you. I hope you're still having a wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm not cutting anything out. I'm not adding anything. I'm not making any intros or outros. Just think about what I said. And just know that if your voice in your head can't say it, just let me channel through. Look at me directly in my eyes and just let our minds talk to each other. Okay? Because the one up here, the one that you got screaming all the time, the one that's ruining things even though things are going good, we got to do something to get rid of them, man. We got to devise a plan, and it starts with not overthinking. You've done it for this long, so it's going to be very long and very hard and very frustrating to reprogram. But it all starts with you. Again, love you guys. Dylan J, Humid Hiker. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Okay?